All right, everyone, welcome. It's 7 o'clock, so we'll get started. I'm Tasha Hodes, and I lead this class every Tuesday and Thursday, Forex Basics. We're here to help you basically get started, to help you set up your demo account, to understand how to take the Tredera trade alert. So what we're looking at now on the screen is our new and improved updated Tredera website. So it's been out a few weeks now. I just want to take a minute or two and go over it just to make sure that you know how to present Tredera in case you're showing someone the website. So basically, Tredera is a financial services company that specializes in trading education. So that's Tredera in a nutshell. If you scroll down, then you can see information about the founders, Cody Sell and Easton Harris. These are the CEO and CFOs, and they are based out of Texas. Okay. All right. 1 second. Okay, here we go. So that was the company. That's the main site. If you go to services, it's a really easy way to highlight everything that Tredera has. First, starting with the Trade Academy. This is, we refer to it as your back office. Everything trading that you need from A to Z. What's special about it is that the CEOs are traders, Cody and Easton. They are traders themselves. They lead all of the trading videos. And what I like about it is that the training is very practical. When I started my trading career 3.5 years ago, I spent 6 months watching trading videos. And then when I attempted to trade in my demo and live accounts, I realized I didn't have a strategy. Well, you won't have that problem here because the owners are very practical. So they introduce a concept, but then they dive right into the charts. So let me click on it. You want to make sure that you are in your back office going through the modules. So I clicked on Services and Trade Academy. Make sure everyone's muted out. Okay, so once I scroll down, yeah, this is just an overview because I'm not actually in my back office at the moment, but this is just a way to show everyone that the Trade Academy is where you'll have all the concepts A to Z that you'll need. All right. Also, in addition to the Trade Academy, the trade alerts. I know you've heard a lot about those. There is, once you log into your back office, there will be a Telegram link shown under trade alerts, and you can copy that link, open up another browser and paste it. And assuming that you're already connected to Telegram, that's how you will join that channel. And that's how we're getting our trade alerts. Okay. So trade sessions. Tredera has one master trader, and that's Derek Conway. And he hosts live sessions Sunday through Thursday, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. And Derek is a 6 to 7 figure trader. He marks up the charts, and what me and my team do, we go to those sessions, take a few of those charts, and actually base our trades on those markups. And that happens Sunday through Thursday. The way to get connected to that live class is to log into your back office. Once you go to trade sessions, you'll see a join link. So right at 8 o'clock, that link will be active. As well as trade strategies. So that's a new section. So I'm going to check that one out and then have more information for you on that one. All right, so that's Tredera in a nutshell, sort of an overview. So again, the purpose of this class is just to help ease you into everything that Tredera has to offer. Learning Forex can seem like you're learning a foreign language. So we want to help you by introducing some concepts here helping you set up your demo account, showing you TradingView. That's where we do our analysis of our Forex pairs, and then showing you how to open up MT4, which is where we actually take our trades, and how to take the Tredera trade alerts. So the way the class works, I'll spend the next 10 or so minutes going over something new and or important. Tonight is going to be TradingView because I know a lot of students have questions about how to use TradingView. And then with every class, in case you have not done so yet, we'll go over the steps to setting up your demo account and how to take the Tredera trade alert. Now, in the chat, you will see a link to my YouTube site. I'll paste it again. And on this YouTube site is a recording of all these Forex Basics classes. Plus, I try to do short 2 to 3 minute videos on topics that we cover as well. So if you missed something tonight, or I'm going too fast, or you weren't able to take notes, don't worry, you can find what you need on the site. With that, I will share my TradingView screen, and we will take a look at TradingView. All right, so tradingview.com. This is a website as well as an app, and this is where we go to do our analysis of our the pairs that we're trading. Also, if you're brand new and maybe you've been here a few weeks, and when you get a trade alert, at some point, once you are comfortable actually entering in the trade, and we'll go over those steps in a little bit. Once you're comfortable, then you may want to take that next step. And that next step is to get a free TradingView account. I have a video on my site that walks you through those steps of setting up your free account with TradingView. And once you do that, you may want to pull up the pair that the trade alert was called on and just do some introductory analysis. Nothing too deep, nothing too complicated. So we want to make sure that everyone has a basic proficiency in TradingView. I know it can be a little tricky. So I want to do a poll just so that I know who I'm talking to. In the chat, place a 7 if you have already created your TradingView account. So we have, okay, we're about 41 people in the class. Great, all right. I wanna know how many people, oh, awesome, happy to see that. Okay, so about 10 or so have already created your TradingView account. So for the rest of you, definitely check out my YouTube site on how to create a free TradingView account. And we're just going to go over some basics here, nothing too complicated. We want to keep this class simple. We know, learning Forex is a lot. It can seem like an elephant, a foreign language. So we want to keep things kind of simple here, just so that you're not overwhelmed and intimidated when you're in the live sessions and when you're in your back office learning about it. All right, so my next question is, for those of you, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 12 of you who are already in TradingView, put a 5 in the chat if you can do the basics. You can pull up your pair and you can draw some basic support and resistance lines. So put a 5 in the chat if you are okay with that task. All right. Yeah. So you've taken that first step. You've pulled up TradingView. So, okay, great. There's Monica. Let's go over the basics of that tonight. Great. We have a couple who are able to do that. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So let's get everyone caught up. So let's talk about TradingView. So here in the left-hand corner, where I have it highlighted, this is where you're going to enter the Forex pair that you want to trade. So I've typed in AUD-JPY. So that AUD stands for the Australian dollar, and JPY stands for the Japanese yen. So once I type it in, This next field will give me a time frame. Now, the most popular time frames, and I shared this on Tuesday, and I'll write it down again. The most popular time frames are D for daily, the 4-hour time frame, the 1 hour, and the 15-minute. So when you're in the live classes, Derek specifically will focus on the 1 hour and then taking your entries on the 15-minute. So let's talk about what we're even looking at. What we're seeing, this third field here, we like to use candles. Okay, so if for some reason your TradingView doesn't look like mine, make sure that you have candles selected here. These candles represent the prices for this currency pair. The prices are these numbers shown here on the right. Okay, so here are the prices, and these candles are giving you a picture. It's letting you know if the price is rising, if it's falling. When it's rising again, you can see here we were in a downtrend and price kind of turned around here at the bottom, and now we're in a slight uptrend. Now you can format your TradingView any way that you like. I am using this light blue color to indicate when price is going up, and I'm choosing a purple for when price goes down. So the way you set that is you right click and you go to settings. And here on symbol, here is where I have the light green color for my up candles and the purple color for my down. So you're able to customize that any way you like. The typical colors that you'll see are just a basic green for your up candles and a red for your down candles. So this is what you'll see typically. I just wanted to make sure that you were able to change that if you wanted to. A lot of us customize our charts. I know Derek does as well. So anytime you see a green candle, that means price is increasing. When you see the red candle, that means price is decreasing. Now, I am on the 1 hour time frame. So that means each candle represents 1 hour of time. You may hear you may hear Derek talk about taking a trade when the candle closes. What that means is looking at this time clock, if you will, that TradingView gives you. This lets you know how much time is left in the current candle. So the current price is 76.092, and there are 45 minutes and 30 some seconds left in this one candle. So a lot of times when you're taking a trade, it's good to let that candle close, because that one candle can fluctuate during that certain time frame. And once it closes and the next candle is created, then you have a better picture. So let me hop down to the 15-minute time frame. So now on the 15-minute, that means each of these candles represents 15 minutes of time. So a new candle just started, and here is the countdown to let you know there are 14 minutes and 40 something seconds left until this candle is completed, and then you'll have another one. And also here is current price. So this is what you're looking at when you pull up a currency pair and you choose your time frame. So let's say you get a Tredera trade alert. You don't want to do anything too complicated or fancy. We're not going to get into indicators and anything of that nature yet. We just want to make sure you have a basic understanding of TradingView. You want to understand, are you in a downtrend, meaning price is starting at a high point and working its way down? Or are you in an uptrend? And the only other option is sometimes price kind of moves sideways and we call that consolidation. So let me write that down for you. Trends. You can have an uptrend, a downtrend, and consolidation. So normally as traders, we make our money in uptrends and in downtrends. So if you were in a buy and you entered here, and that was your entry, then maybe you had a take profit somewhere here. And this would, I'm going to put TP, which stands for take profit. This would be your goal. Okay, and this is for a buy trade. So I know it sounds elementary, but for a buy trade, you are looking for price to go up. This is your entry point, and here would be your take profit as an example, per se. So let's say you were given a Tredera trade alert, and it let you know that you were going for a buy trade. So if this was the point that you took the trade, then this would definitely be a winning trade because price is increasing. You would have a take profit set, you would exit the trade, and that would be a winner. So an example of a sell trade that would work would be here just to the left. Let's say that your entry was here. And let's say that your take profit was at this point. So TP, which stands for take profit. All right, so here's an example of a successful or winning sell trade. Entry is here, your take profit is here. Here's an example of a winning buy trade. Your entry is here at the bottom, price goes up and you exit the trade. Now, what I want to draw your attention to, and this is why we really recommend a demo account, it's good to just, if you have some time, pull up a pair, even if you're not in a trade. Find 1 to 2 or 3 beginner pairs that you can just kind of follow and get comfortable with price. So let me give you an example of some beginner pairs that I've heard Derek Conway recommend. So this is actually one of them, AUD JPY. He also recommends Euro JPY and also AUD USD. So these are 3 beginner-friendly pairs. By beginner-friendly, we mean that they follow structure pretty well. They don't move extremely fast. They're kind of nice, calm waters. Forex has a pair for any personality style. If you like the fast-moving, money-making, highly volatile pairs, those would be the GBP pairs and maybe the indices. None of those are really beginner-friendly, but no matter your personality style, Forex has a pair for you. So these beginner pairs are going to be more mild, calm waters, no real surprises, great study pairs. So here's an example of a good sell trade and a buy trade. What I want to draw your attention to is the way that price moves. So let's take this pair. We're going for a sell trade. Here is a lovely bearish engulfing candle. What that means is price took a huge drop. That's all one candle. So this is the 15-minute chart. In 15 minutes, price went from the top here, which is what we call a wick, all the way to the bottom, okay? But what happens after that? Then it rises a little bit. That's what we call a pullback. So let me make sure I document that for you. Pullbacks are what make Forex very interesting. So it's very uncommon for price to just go in one direction and go from your entry to your TP. It would be beautiful if it did, but that's not necessarily the norm. The normal flow of price is kind of up and down, still going in one direction, but let's just look at it here. So we had a nice drop, huge bearish candle. Let me give you one more set of notes. All of this you'll find in your back office. So as price moves up, that's known as bullish. So bullish means that price moves up. If it's a bullish candle, that means it's a price is increasing. And then bearish, that means that price moves down. A lot of times in Forex, you'll hear the bulls versus the bears, and that's what they're talking about. So if you have a bullish trend, that means price is increasing. That's an uptrend. If you have a bearish trend, then price is decreasing or going down. All right. So let's talk about the pullbacks. So price, as we said, we saw a nice huge drop. Then it comes up a little bit, then it drops again. It comes up a little bit, and now it drops again. It comes up, it drops. Notice each time we are going lower and lower. So we're still in a downtrend. We're going in the right direction, but it's not just, you know, an easy descent with one or two or three candles getting straight to our take profit. So notice we're coming up a little bit, we go down. We're going up a little bit, and then we go down, we hit our TP, and you are out of the trade. So what you're going to see in your demo account, sometimes it's kind of cool to watch your trade. So in MT4, which we'll hit in just a few minutes, blue means you are winning the trade. Price is going in your direction. Red means, okay, we're kind of going in the wrong direction. You're kind of losing that trade. But even, let's talk about your profits. Let's say you were up a number of pips here. So maybe you're up $3 or $4. When you hit that pullback, what happens to your profits? It may go down to $1 or $2. Okay, then it drops again. You're back at $3 to $4. It pulls back. You're back to $1 or $2. It pulls down. You're at maybe $5 now. Then it pulls back a little bit, $4. It drops. You're at $5. This is a bigger pullback. You may be back to $2, and then you have two favorable candles. You hit your TP, and maybe you're at $10. That's just an example. But definitely get used to the ebb and flow of price going in your direction, pulling back a little bit, going in your direction, and pulling back a little bit. That's why it's good to have TradingView up, so that if you're looking at just MT4 and you're just looking at the amount that you're winning or losing, you may not get a full picture. But if you can pull it up in TradingView, you can notice, oh, I just hit a little pullback. And one more thing before we leave TradingView, if you notice, every time price pulled back, it went to this, what I've marked as a zone. This is why we mark support and resistance zones on our TradingView chart, because price likes to go back to the zones. I've heard it mentioned a point of safety. Price feels comfortable at the zone. It likes its zones. So the back office has wonderful modules on support and resistance and how to mark up your zones. I definitely wouldn't be able to explain it all here, but just know that there are two basic ways, easy ways that you can use the tools in TradingView to mark up your zones. One is the trend line tool. So if you click on that horizontal line, if you see an area that price continually comes to a lot, you can mark it just with a horizontal line. I'll give you one more example of that. Horizontal line, I like that area. Nothing too fancy. You can right click Go to settings and choose your color. So let's say I want blue. I can also choose the thickness of the line. So I can make it super thick. And that's how you can change it. Now, sometimes you want to mark a zone. That way you can include some of the wicks. So the skinny line that's coming out of the candles, that's called the wick. So if you wanted to include that, you could use the rectangle tool. Come down to rectangle. Just kind of drag and drop it. While it's selected, I can right click and go to settings. One more time, right click and go to settings. And maybe I want to make my background purple. I can choose how deep the color is. I like to keep mine kind of not at 100% because I still want to be able to see what the candles are doing. So I stay kind of 50 or below. Okay, and if you want the rectangle to extend indefinitely to the right and to the left, then just go to coordinates. Just put a 0 behind these numbers so that you have 4 digits. Make sure one is negative. And now that zone is going to extend far to the right and far to the left. So again, your back office is going to show you how to choose where to put those lines. I just wanted to give you a couple of quick examples. And don't worry, we're going to keep going over TradingView. We're going to make sure that everyone is caught up. But now I want to go to the chat. Yeah, I see that question. How do you decide where the stop loss is? And Derek does a good job of explaining how to choose your stop loss. It's really going to depend on how much is in your account and how much you want to risk. So that's always a loaded question in terms of trading. With a bigger account, you can choose to have a bigger stop loss. With a smaller account, maybe you want to have a tighter stop loss, so that you protect your account and you decide how much you want to risk. So in the chat, let me know if you have not, put a 3 in the chat if you have not set up your demo account yet and you would need some assistance with that. Yeah, and Isaiah, we're gonna spend the next few minutes showing how to take a trade on an iPhone and an Android. So hold tight, Isaiah. Great. I see a few people. Put a 3 in the chat if you need help setting up your demo account. You just set yours up. Awesome, Jocelyn. Awesome. All right. And so, okay, I see about 10. That's normally what we have. Sometimes more. I need help. No problem, Acelia. We'll get straight to it. Now, on my YouTube site, there is a playlist that says Start Here. And there are 4 videos that I'm going to go over 3 of them here. And let me just type those in. Setting up your demo account. Connecting MT4 to your demo account. I misspelled that. Understanding the trade alert. And then taking the trade alert. So we'll go over setting up your demo account, connecting it, and taking the trade alert. And then we'll spend the last half of class in Q&A, and I'll attempt to answer your questions. So 1 second while I share this with you. So the first one that we're going to go over is, sure, I will paste my YouTube link in the chat. And that's the very next thing that we're going to do is set up the demo account, Miriam. So let's get started with those steps. Brokers. You're going to need brokers for sure when it's time for your live account. And I thought it would be helpful if I show you how to use your demo account through one of these brokers as well. We're going to use Hugo's Way. Tredera will not recommend which broker to use. These are just some that a lot of traders are comfortable with. So I'm going to go through the screenshots for Hugo's Way to hopefully take a lot of the guesswork for you and to show you which fields to use. Okay. So here's the URL, hugosway.com/demo-sign-up. I would recommend using this URL because if you go to hugosway.com, most people just end up setting up a real account by mistake because it's not clear how you get to the demo account. So use this URL and it'll make it really simple for you. Name, type that in, email address. For leverage, you want to use 500. That's a good one for demo and your live account. And then your starting balance, small as possible. I think the lowest option is 1,000. So when we get to MT4, I'll show you where the option is to create the demo account that MT4 gives you. And that's what's in the back office. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it starts you off with $100,000. So that's not very realistic. You're going to start your live account with $100, $250 even. So the $1,000 is closer to what most of us would start a live account with. So once you hit submit, Hugo's Way will give you a confirmation email. Pay attention to that demo account number and that trader password. We're going to need that when we go to MT4. So MT4 stands for MetaTrader 4. That's the app on our phone that we're going to use to take the trades. Yes, you can trade on your computer, but the setup is a little bit more complex. And we're already giving you so much information. To keep things simple, we're just kind of going to start out on our phone. So if what's easier is if you pull up this email on your phone, then you can do the download right there and now it's on your phone. So that's what we recommend. Elena, hold on to that. That's a really good question. Hold on to it. I won't forget about it. So, all right. By the time you finish this set of slides, you would have created your demo account and downloaded MT4. On the next slide, we're going to open up MT4 and connect it to this demo account that we just created. So the question in the chat, when you buy or sell a trade, how and where do you get paid? Does it go into the account where you generate that you opened and place the money you trade with? Yeah, so the way it works, when you're ready for a live account, I do have a video on my site, on the YouTube site, that shows you how to open up a live account with Hugo's Way. You're free to use whichever broker that you want. You're going to load money into that live account. So let's say you started with $100. So you trade with that $100. And depending on if the trades win or lose, that amount grows or it lessens. So let's say you grow that account to 200 and you want to pay yourself. So there's an easy way to withdraw your funds. Normally the same way you put it in, if you did it through Cash App, you can withdraw it through Cash App. VLoad is the way that you can load your account, and same way you can withdraw it. But yeah, there are some funding methods, and depending on which way you choose, that's how you withdraw your money. And that's how it works. All right, so let's go through the steps for the iPhone and then the Android. And remember, all of these slides are on my YouTube site in case I'm going too fast. So you open up your iPhone MT4, bottom right corner, click on Settings, then click on New Account. And here's where, if you just wanted to bypass the broker altogether for your demo account, you can just open a demo account here. Again, it's going to start you with $100,000. So I don't like that big number. So that's why we're going to choose this second option to log into an existing account, the Hugo's Way account that we just created. You're going to type in Hugo's Way for the server. Now, so your broker has a couple of options. One is for your demo account and one is for your live account. You're going to click on Hugo's Way -Demo 3. When you do that, pull up that email, that confirmation email from Hugo's Way, type in this number for your login, and then trader password. That's what you want to put in the password field. Make sure that save password is on. That way you won't have to pull up that email and type it in anymore. Make sure you use the trader password and not the investor. The investor one is read only, so the trade button is not going to be highlighted for you. And Jocelyn, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, 500 is a good leverage for your demo as well as your live account. So click sign in. Now let's do those steps for the Android. A bit of a different setup. When I did the first or second class, I think I only had slides for the iPhone, and we quickly learned that it was not the same with the Android. So you open up your MT4 on your Droid and click on it's called the hamburger icon, the 3 horizontal lines in the upper left corner. Then you're going to click on manage accounts. And then this plus arrow in the upper right corner. Log into an existing account so we can connect to Hugo's Way. Under broker, type in Hugo's Way, select demo 3 for demo. And then just like we did with the iPhone, type in your demo account number for login, trader password for password. Click this little checkbox and you won't have to type in those characters again, and then click sign in. So for the question in the chat, MacBook Pro, it is MT4 on the Mac is a headache. I had a Mac for a small time frame at my job, and yeah, it's you're gonna have to Google. It's not it's a bit of a headache on the Mac. Can't find Hugo's Way on MT4. Try it without the apostrophe. You should see it there. No, you don't do quotes. I misspoke there. So for the Droid, let me go back. You click on the 3 horizontal lines, and then manage accounts, and then this icon here in the upper right corner. Okay. So the next step, the last step, is to actually take the trade, and then we'll go right into our Q&A. So let me share that with you. And we're going to start with the iPhone and then show the steps again for the Droid as well. So let's say we have a trade alert coming in, which I'll show you in just a second. And it's for the pair CAD-JPY. CAD stands for the Canadian dollar. JPY is the Japanese yen. You open up MT4, but you don't see it. What do? Click the blue plus in the upper right corner. And now you have some categories of things that you can trade. We're not doing anything fancy with the trade alerts. So no exotics like USD ZAR, no indices like US 30, no stocks, no metals like gold, no cryptocurrency like BTC USD, none of that fancy stuff. You're going to go to FX crosses and you'll see a whole host of pairs. CAD JPY is that 4th one down. Click that green circle and done. And now CAD JPY is going to be at the bottom of your list. So once you have added it here, it'll always be there. You'll only have to do this if the pair isn't in your default list. So hold down CAD JPY. When you hold it down, you're going to get this pop-up menu. We're going to click on trade. And here is the screen where we enter the trade alert. Here's an example of a trade alert here on your right side. A buy on CAD JPY with the following parameters. So on my video, Understanding the Tredera Trade Alert, I go into in-depth of what these parameters are. I'll explain them briefly here. So remember on our TradingView, when you're taking a buy, you want price to go up, right? So what happens if the trade doesn't go your way? What if price begins to fall? Well, as it's falling, you're in red, right? You're losing money. You don't want that to happen too much, or you could lose your whole account on one trade. To prevent that, you have a stop loss. The stop loss says at this price, I will accept my loss, take me out of the trade. You always want to trade with a stop loss, especially if your account is on the smaller side. It's our hard-earned money. We want to protect it. That's what your stop loss is for. Now, better news is, it's a buy trade, price is going up, we're winning the trade, but at some point you wanted to take your profits off the table, get out of the trade, take your pip and dip as we call it, and exit with your winnings. That's what the take profit is. The take profit price says, okay, MT4, I'm happy with my profits, take me out of the trade, close it out. So Tredera will give you a choice of 3. So the first one is normally the TP1. TP stands for take profit. So normally that's 15 or 20 or so pips, which is maybe the safest of the 3 take profits. You'll get there first. If you have a little bit more patience, you want maybe a bigger reward. Take profit 2 is normally 40, 50, 60 pips, somewhere around that area. And then maximum reward, but maximum risk, and you need a lot of patience, is TP3. Typically I do TP1, sometimes TP2. Okay, so looking at this screen, stop loss, you just press your thumb there and you can edit the numbers. Same for your take profit. And what we haven't talked about is the lot size. So I'm going to take the arrow and point it, 0.10. That lot size will not be on the trade alert. It depends on how much money is in your account. I'm going to type it into the chat. The general industry standard is 0.01 for every $100 in your account. So if you have a $500 account, 0.05. For these demo accounts with $1,000, 0.10 is a safe lot size to use. So 4 things you have to enter here: lot size, stop loss, take profit. The final one is to actually press buy because we're going for a buy trade. All right, let's do the same thing for the Android and then we'll go to Q&A. Lauren is asking, is it possible to move my stop loss to my entry? Yes, it is. After you've secured some level of profit, you can take that stop loss and move it to your entry point. Now you have a risk-free trade. Okay, as you move further into profit, take that stop loss and move it behind your where price is now. That's called trailing your stop loss. I go over that on one of my videos, but I can't remember what I called it. I may do a video just on that, how to trail your stop loss. And yeah, that's an excellent thing to do to secure your profits. The only risk you have is that you may have a bigger pullback and that will kick you out of the trade, but at least you'll be in profit. So it's still a good idea to do it. Yep, trailing stop. So for the Android, you open up MT4, you don't see your pair, you click on the plus icon if you don't see it. If you don't see it, you can bypass this whole page. Notice it's called FX Group on the Droid. We're not doing crypto or indices. Once you find CAD JPY, hold it down. When you do that, here's your menu. So for the Android, it says new order. That's what you'll click on. And the page, the lot size looks like it does on the iPhone, but there's no label for stop loss and take profit. Don't know why they didn't do that. So the stop loss is the black number here on the left. And then the take profit is the black number here on the right. So you would adjust those. So lot size, stop loss, take profit, press buy, and you are in the trade. All right, everyone, go ahead and unmute yourself. And if you have a question or if you want to type it into the chat, just let me know what I can help you with. Who's first? Any questions?
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, it's a little bit of a delay. I'm sorry. I kind of just jumped ahead of myself and, decided to join this that I could get some information and make me feel like get my feet wet. Is there anything that you would suggest that I absolutely need to do before I come to this particular training? Because I don't really know how much I've missed. I've read a little bit in the training academy and things like that, but I haven't really delved into the the phrases and the and
Yeah,
the
it's a lot of
terms that
lingo,
you're
right?
using. So
Yeah, so in the
so I
trade,
mean, you know,
so yeah, Jocelyn, so in the Trade Academy, it kind of goes in order. So if you do the intros, it'll teach you some of the Forex lingo. But yeah, I totally get it. This is like learning a second language. Have you done your demo account yet? I would recommend starting there and just kind of play around because the demo environment is safe. You can make as many mistakes as possible. It's play money, it's fake. It's a great place to kind of, you know, try to take the Tredera trade alerts and start there.
okay, yeah, that's what I did today. So I set it up and I was following along with you just now. And
Awesome.
that helped out a great deal. And so I'll just go back, I guess, and try to learn some more of the terminology so that when I'm looking around, because even at the very top where it says market execution, I didn't even know that you could actually manipulate the lot size up there. I didn't even realize that. So,
Yeah, it's a lot to learn. I understand. So the reason it says market execution
mhm.
is you can also do a pending order. And you're basically telling MT4, if price does this, then I want to start an order. Or if price does that, then I want to start an order. So that's a little bit more advanced. We probably won't cover that in the near future, but that's why that's there.
Thank you.
Yeah. And, at 8 o'clock, we're going to head on over to Derek's class. And again, that's a class that you need to keep going back to. Everything may not click the first time you hear it, but I still go and I still learn. This is something that kind of has to soak in. So you just want to be a sponge and, don't get frustrated if you don't follow everything right away, because this is definitely a marathon. Learning about Forex is not something any of us,
Thank you.
have been exposed to. Yeah. So um, be kind with yourself. It's a lot to absorb. All right. Okay. I see a question.
Oh, Thai.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Thai. Just a quick question. On
Sure.
Derek's class, when he's doing markup, what is that when he says, let's go to 40, then go to 20, give me a 50? What is that? What is that all
Oh,
about?
yeah. That's just his way of interacting with everyone. So he'll say, if you're ready to go to the next pair, put a 40 in the chat.
Yeah,
That's
what
just,
is all that?
yeah, that's just his clue
That's just
to,
his way.
yeah, so that he knows everybody is good and
Okay.
he can move on. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. I see a few questions in the chat. What do the wicks represent? That's a great question. Basically, it means price did go there, but it didn't stay there. So if you have a candle that is going up, so let me just go back to TradingView so that I can answer that. And I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in so we can look at a candle. So I'm going to click on this plus magnifying glass. I'm going to select this area and now we can zoom in. So let's take a look at this middle candle here. So this is a green candle. So what it means is that price started here, it opened there, and it by the time it finished, it made it all the way up to here. But the length of time that it spent in the wick means price kind of went there, but it didn't stay there very long. So the body represents, the amount of time or the majority of where price was. That's what the body is showing you. That wick means price went there, but it didn't want to stay there. And so it just kind of touched it and just jumped back up to this area here. So really good question. That's what the wick is for. Yeah, so great. Someone found the live video on the site. Awesome. How do I pay to make use of TradingView? Because I see a 30-day trial. So you can do a free account. There are paid versions which allow you to use more indicators and give you some fancy features. But as a beginner, the free account is just fine. So it sounds like you signed up for a pro account is what I'm thinking. So as long as you don't make a payment, you should just fall back to the free version. And I think you'll be fine with that. Yeah, so Marty says, Derek has a lot of nuggets to share. Very worthwhile to watch him. At first, it was very overwhelming, but after watching several Trading Academy videos, he makes more sense. Absolutely. Just keep going back. It's going to sink in. You'll really learn a lot about how the market moves. You'll see him mark up pairs, so you'll get experience with that. And you just, yeah, like she said, you'll get to hear him drop those nuggets. He's a 6-figure trader, so I definitely learn a lot from him. Any other questions? TradingView or MT4 wise?
Yes.
Hello.
One other, Elena again, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Not understanding. On the bottom of
Hold on.
the bottom of the screen.
Miss Tasha, I have a question.
Okay, hold on one second. Elena is speaking right now, so we'll come right back
I'm
to you.
sorry.
No worries. Okay, go ahead, Elena.
Okay. At the bottom, what does that those dates or time represent?
Oh,
I understand on the right hand, that's where the
Price.
money stop loss, the prices. But
Mhm.
what is, like, say if I wanted to start today to trade, am I going to just look for today's date, and is that thing moving back and forth? I don't know why they go so way back on the charts. I can't follow where to start or where to stop.
Yeah, that's a great question. I meant to cover the time. So yeah, this is using a 24-hour clock. So you can click here in time zone and choose the time zone that applies to you. So I have New York for Eastern Standard Time. So if I click right here on this current candle, 1945, that equates to 7:45 p.m. So this is current time. If I want to see what price was doing a couple of hours ago, I can use this time frame at the bottom to let me know. So here's a great use of the clock. For one of the assets that I trade, it really moves just after 8 a.m. So what I would do is find 8 a.m. On the clock here at the bottom. I would pick a vertical line. And once I got to 8 a.m., I would mark it there, and that serves as a guide. So if you're brand new, and let's say you choose AUD JPY as your pair, then start with like maybe the hour time frame or the 15-minute time frame, and just observe. You can use the minus and the plus to zoom out if you want to see more of the chart. When you do that, right click reset chart, and that will show you a bigger picture per se. You can use the plus to really zoom in if you want to look at current price. But the closer to the present that you look, the better. But if you want, the higher up that you go, the bigger picture that you see. So just kind of experiment and play around and get comfortable looking at a couple of pairs and experimenting on the different time frames.
Okay, so is that 8 then? Is that 8 Eastern or
It is,
what?
yeah, it is based on my time zone. So if you come here, you can check it based on whatever time zone you're in. And so Monica is asking, when you create your zone, does it matter if the wick is inside the zone? So Monica, that's a great reason to use the rectangle, because then Derek would always say he likes to get most of the wick and a little bit of the tip of the body candle, the candle body. So if you're using, just a line, it's kind of hard to get an area. So most of the time I will use that rectangle tool so that I can get most of the wick. And Derek's training class, log into your back office and under trade sessions, you will see a Zoom link. So in about 4 minutes, that Zoom link will be active. No problem, Monica. What? Yeah.
I was asking, I am to download the MT4 on iPhone.
Yes.
And I have download MT4 Windows, MT4 iOS. Which one is the right one with iPhone?
The iOS.
Which one should I download?
The Apple iOS.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And so for the person asking about the trade alerts, when you log into your back office and you click on trade alerts, you will see a link for a Telegram link. And so the trade alerts are coming through that Telegram link. So copy that link, open up a web browser and paste it. And that's how you join the Telegram for trade alerts. And Divine, I do not know the time zone for Jamaica. I do not. Does anyone else know what time zone is Jamaica in? Type it in the chat if you know. I'll find out for you, Divine, but yeah, I don't know right off. All right, everyone, I will get this recording uploaded to my YouTube channel, probably either late tonight or first thing in the morning. We are going
Just one more question.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Yes, I clicked there. I'm the one who asked about the iOS. And I see log in and then password. What do you put in your login? I have trader password and in.
Sure. Yeah, I want you to go to my YouTube channel and you want to look for the video. I'm typing it into the chat, connecting MT4 to your demo account, and it's going to walk you through all those steps. Because did you create your demo account from Hugo's Way?
Yes.
Okay, great. So there's an email, and on that confirmation email, it's going to have your demo account number and your trader password. That's what's going to go there. But that video will walk you through it step by step.
Okay, because I saw the password space, but I see account.
Yes.
And I don't know what to put in the account.
Yep, it's on that email.
Okay.
It's on that email. All right, everyone. Well,
okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Don't worry. Take your time. We'll be here Tuesday and we'll go over it all over again. So no worries.
Okay, dear. Thank you.
We won't leave you behind. You'll get it. If for some reason you have trouble, then find me on Telegram, or you can send me a Facebook Messenger, Tasha Hodes. So if you get stuck, let me know. Okay? All right.
I will, Tasha. Thank
you. You're welcome. All right. Good night, everyone. And I'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Bye-bye.